Hello there, my name is Davis and welcome back to the Road to Glory FIFA 21. It is Saturday the 31st, third week of Foot Champs, and the first week where Foot Champs hasn't been delayed, thankfully. And I was able to get some games on the board last night. I wanted to play a lot more yesterday, just so I wasn't rushing today. But was unable to, well, I was able to, I just didn't bother because I kept on putting her off. And thankfully, I did end up playing. This is the team I've built. This is what I've played my first 10 games with. And I'm currently 8-2, which is what I went last week, I think. Up until my meltdown where I started tanking games and struggled in the mid games and then pulled through strong at the end. But this is where I've gone with a couple of players off chem, as you can see, in Kimmich and Sancho. But I think I've made use of my better players in the club, the ones that are untradeable, in Paulinho and Son and Talisca. We'll start from the top. TEIXEIRA, the cheap version. I can't believe I've gone 3-4 weeks into FIFA and I've upgraded from Doniel Marlon to TEIXEIRA. It's a slow progress, but he's unbelievable. I can't believe it's taken me this long to try him, but thankfully, because of the addition of Paulinho and Anderson to Talisca, I am able to use him in the team, and I mean the stats speak for themselves. 10 games played, all of them in Foot Champs, 16 goals and 8 assists. There's nothing to complain about. He's just so fast, running in behind. There's not many defenders catching him on this game, and with the finisher chem style, he does the job. He finishes almost everything that comes into him, and I couldn't be more happy with him. More happier than with him. He has gone for 1,500 coins. I mean, if that's not a bargain, I don't know what is. He does currently have a Rule Breakers card out, which is sat at about 450k, which is very, very expensive, and I don't know if it warrants that price tag when his normal card is putting up numbers like that. Maybe if once I get further into the Foot Champs and he starts slowing up a bit, coming up against better defenders as well, maybe that's when the more expensive one with, albeit lower pace but higher everywhere else, shooting, dribbling, physical. He's just more well-rounded striker. Remains to see. I could maybe, if I'd sold up all the things on my trade pile, I could probably afford the Rule Breakers Talisca, but Rule Breakers TEIXEIRA, maybe I'll look to bring him in for the last 20 games or 15 to 20 games. Wait and see. You'll probably see by the end of the episode whether or not we do bring him in. Moving on to my other striker, should we say. I play a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, as I have done all season, all FIFA 21 so far. It is Heung-min Son, our untradeable, packed in middle of the week this week, and he is fantastic. I think he's under 200k now as a card to buy off the market. 19 goals, 8 assists. I think he played one game off the bench, maybe in a Div Rivals game. But yeah, I mean, for 10 games, the majority of those games in Foot Champs, again, putting up unbelievable numbers for me. Nearly 2 goals a game, plus the assists added in there. Another fantastic card. Got the Hunter Chem style just to boost up pace a little bit more, and the shooting is very, very good. Moving across the right hand side to our cam roll, Jadon Sancho. Mixed bag with him. He's an 87 rated card. The stats on the card are not 87 rated, no matter what anyone says. 83 pace, 74 shooting, and 81 passing. it's just not very good for an 87 rated. The 91 dribbling is unbelievable, and he feels like he's got 91 dribbling. He's probably got the best close control dribbling I've used on anyone on the game so far. Obviously, I haven't tried the likes of Neymar or Mbappe, but as far as what I've used, the only one I can really compare to is Quincy Promes. Jadon Sancho blows him out the water for close control dribbling. With the Hunter Chem style on him, he doesn't feel slow. He can run in behind, which kind of sorts that weakness out in his game. But I have noticed, even with the Hunter on him, his shooting is a bit suspect. Missed a few chances, a few big chances, especially in the 2 games that I lost. A couple of one-on-ones where he's let me down, but he's not mainly the goal scorer, so that's not too much of an issue, but he does get himself in goal scoring opportunities. And in terms of his passing, I was considering maybe putting a catalyst on him to improve that passing, play those through balls for the runners in behind. But I haven't really found him to be too bad at passing so far. And I think if I took that Hunter off, the card, he'd just be you wouldn't be able to shoot with him. Basically, it would be that bad because it's pretty bad with the Hunter Chem style on it. So mixed reviews for Sancho. I imagine maybe if I played him full chem, he'd probably do a little bit better, but just to fit him in, there's no better right mids really. There's Bellarabi, who's came out yesterday, but I think I just prefer the 5-star skills. And not many other right mid options from the Bundesliga or France. So we've gone with Jadon Sancho, and he is here to stay. Moving into the Frank Lampard role of the 4-1-2-1-2, left side centre mid, gets into the box, gets forward, doesn't really track back too much. It is Anderson Talisca. 60k card, very, very, very good. Look at the stats. From a centre mid role, he's got 3 goals, 9 assists. His free kick stats are unbelievable. Get him anywhere within 25 yards, you put it on target. It is very likely going to trouble the keeper. The pace, he does feel fast. I think because he's so tall as well, he's got that. He looks like Yaya Toure when he's going. He's like a train. Once he gets going, he's hard to stop. But even then, he's quite nippy on the ball with the 90 agility, boosted to 95. Good close control with the ball control and the dribbling, and he is quite fun to use. He's got a hell of a shot on him as well. 84 shooting doesn't really do him justice because the 89 long shots and 86 power is what you're looking for. I'm not really using that finishing trait on him because he's not getting in one-on-one positions. He's hitting it from the edge of the box. He's hitting it from outside of the box. He's just hitting pile drivers, and he's hit quite a few. 3 of them. All 3 of his goals have been pile drivers for me, more or less. He is one I'd recommend, especially with Paulinho dropping in price. That hyperlink between them two is one that could easily serve me along into FIFA 21 because I'm having quite a lot of fun with it. As we move on to Paulinho, he currently plays the screening role, just sits in front of the back 4 or the back 3 with Kimmich dropping in there, and just cleans up everything in the midfield. So well-rounded. Like I said yesterday's episode, I was so happy when I got him in the red picks because he's just such a well-rounded midfielder, and you're looking at maybe, I don't even know, like, I can't search the card, but I don't think he's much more than 150k now. If I grab it up on Footbin, you are looking at a 127k card, and that's on a Saturday when the prices are quite high. Decent links, Brazil. You can get quite a few different decent players into him. and you're not going to get much better of a well-rounded midfielder than him. Obviously, he doesn't get forward too much, but he still managed to get 3 goals and 4 assists for us from a defensive midfielder role. I mean, if that doesn't tell you what you need to know, I don't know what does. We've got a shadow on him to boost up defending and pace. He just feels like he's everywhere. He gets stuck in, he's strong. He knows how to tackle quite comfortably. And he's got decent traits as well. Finesse shot from a centre midfielder is not too bad at all, because it just eliminates that curve. Where's his curve? 69 curve. I mean, it's not great, but with a finesse shot, I'm pretty sure that just gets boosted to max, more or less, whenever you finesse with him. Don't think I finesse with him. I think the goals I've scored have been just hit it. Or maybe from corners, but I can't imagine you being too many one-on-one opportunities with him where you need the finesse shot anyway, but it's nice to have. But yeah, Paulinho, 120k, unbelievable card. This front four, I've been very, very happy with, to be fair. I have the front four and the 2 midfielders I've been very happy with, can't complain at all. As we move into Joshua Kimmich, he's off chem, similar to Sancho, but he is another one similar to Paulinho, who's just kind of everywhere, omnipresent in the midfield, cleans everything up, even when dropping into midfield, into defence. He just fills in just in the middle of the 2 centre backs as the fullbacks bomb on and creates overloads in the wide areas for us. But yeah, Joshua Kimmich doesn't really bomb forward too much. He's got a couple of goals, but nothing substantial. He just kind of sits in the midfield, orchestrates play, breaks up play, and does what he's needed to do. We got the anchor cam style on him to boost the pace a little bit, boost the defending a bit more, and a little bit of physical. Doesn't feel weak on the ball. He comfortably knocks attacking midfielders off the ball. The only player I did have a problem with this weekend in one of the one loss was this man there. I was playing against somebody who played him up front as a striker alongside TEIXEIRA, I think, just normal TEIXEIRA, and he really bullied the whole back line, more or less. I think he scored a hat-trick, and I struggled to deal with him. He wasn't doing anything fancy with him. He was just too strong. Get him in the box, hit the ball, top bins, good night, 1 loss to me. But yeah, other than that, Kimmich has done what he's needed to do. I've been very happy with him. And the back line, won't speak too much on Upamecano and Mukiele because they are the only players who kept their spot from last week's team, which tells you more or less what you need to know. I think they're brilliant. Mukiele, fantastic going forward, even better going backwards. Upamecano, very strong. I know his defending stats and physical stats don't look great, don't look unbelievable for a top tier centre back, but for me, he is a top tier centre back. He's just so quick, so strong. A couple of times he's caught out, but that's probably on me diving into challenges, pulling players out of position. But even so, even if you pull him out of position, he tends to deal with it, tends to get back, and doesn't have too many issues. So them two are solid. One thing with Upamecano, bought him for 210 or 213k last weekend. He is currently sat at, I think, close to 300k. So we've made massive profit on him. Dropped a bit overnight, but you're looking at maybe 60, 70k profit on that card, which is quite nice considering I've made a few losses this week. So it's nice to have a bit of a rise in a player. Theo Hernandez, new addition, centre mid. It was between him or David Alaba as the centre back. I've gone with Theo Hernandez. Is it Lucas or Theo? Lucas Hernandez. I've gone with Lucas Hernandez simply because he's cheaper. He's more or less the same card defensively as Alaba. Alaba just has much more well-rounded shooting, passing, and dribbling stats. But other than that, they have the same pace, very similar defending, and very similar physical. I think there's 1 or 2 points in here each way between them. And I mean, this card is 900 coins I picked them up for. I can't believe this card is 900 coins. You look at like Eder Militao, who's like, I don't know how much he is now, but he was like 15k. I imagine he's probably dropped, but I mean, 900 coins for this card can't be understated enough. If you're looking for a cheap team that you need, get him in, because he's a fantastic defender. 79 physical maybe puts people off, but he's strong enough. I haven't had any problems with him strength-wise. And everywhere else he's decent across the board. Obviously, if you've got the money for like Varane, get Varane, but not everyone has the money for Varane. So I'd highly recommend Lucas Hernandez, especially because he links it to Neuer. Neuer, shaky start to the weekend. I did lose my very first game of the weekend. I think it was 6-5. The kid, the guy, or the person, 2020 we're in, scored 6 goals. I scored 5. He had 8 shots, 8 on target. I think I had 18 shots, 14 on target. So yeah, not a good start to life for Manuel Neuer, but he has slowly turned it around. I'm still debating on whether Glove is the best chem style for keepers this year. I think it'll be between Glove, Basic, or Cat. I'm a bit tempted by Cat because for that reflex boosts. It's just because I think reflexes are the most important. That's just my feeling, but Glove has kind of sorted me out a little bit. It's done the job anyway. Most of the goals conceded are just down to pure error from my behalf, because they shouldn't be in the shooting opportunity anyway. Obviously, some goals can't do much about, just like ricochets and mental raking long balls through passes onto fast attackers where my defense have been split open. But I can't do much about that. Just got to outscore the teams. And yeah, Neuer, decent card, sitting at about 40k. One of the more expensive players in the team. Yeah, decent card, decent keeper. I don't think he's better than Courtois. Normal, bog standard, normal Courtois has been my best keeper so far this year. That's out of Yashin, Alisson, Neuer, Ter Stegen. I haven't tried Oblak yet. I haven't tried Edison yet. A lot of people rave about Edison. But yeah, Courtois remains unbeaten. You haven't seen any of the gameplay from Yashin or Alisson. I played with them midweek when I was away in Scotland just to try him out. And yeah, Courtois has come out triumphant so far. But Neuer is decent. He does the job. And finally, we get to Reguilon. Just a hyperlink, strong link into Heung-min Son. Wouldn't be my first choice fullback, but he does the job. Decent pace, decent defending stats, good all-round stats to be fair, other than shooting. And with the anchor on him, it boosts that defending and physical to a level where it's acceptable, and there's not much else to complain about there. He doesn't have the best of stamina for the way I play. Saying that, Mukiele doesn't even have the best of stamina for the way I play, and he's got 85 because they're pretty tired by the end of the game. And I usually end up bringing Reguilon off around half-time to 60 minutes for Renan Lodi, just to give that extra bit of legs at the fullback. Maybe if the game is starting to open up a bit, we need someone to be an outball, and sometimes a tricky winger at the right wing needs dealing with. Renan Lodi comes on, and he does okay in there. But yeah, that is the team. I used for the first 10 games. Probably show some highlights now, and then I'll see if I need to make any changes. Any changes I do make will be after the highlights, and we shall get into maybe do a extended highlights of one game with me commentating over it. We'll see how it goes. Enjoy the highlights. Alright, so I've bit the bullet. I've decided to go out and actually get Alex TEIXEIRA. Managed to pick him up for 446k, which is a ridiculous price for an 83 rated, but I mean, will he be worth it? He has a lot to live up to compared to his normal card, because his normal card got off to a flyer for us yesterday. Albeit we'll be playing him against arguably better opposition. The first 10 games are usually the easiest. and now I'm 8-2. I'll be coming up against decent players. Did play one quick rivals game beforehand just to warm the fingers up and get used to playing FIFA again before jumping straight into FUT Champs. But hopefully he can do alright for us, and we shall jump into a quick FUT Champs game. First game of the day, can we get the win? He's got a red pick Delaney at centre back, who's actually a very good card. And then sort of hybrid Premier League, Bundesliga and Serie A. So there's a lot going on with the team. He's built it together well, so I imagine he's going to be a decent player. And hopefully I don't bottle here on camera. Well, Hernandez, that's what we want. Sancho's through. Up against Delaney, who's actually quite fast. TEIXEIRA, get in there. Or a start for the new man. Players falling over each other then, getting each other's way. I didn't even want that to go to any of the central players, but we'll take it. I wanted that to go to Mukiele, who's out wide. But we're up and running for Saturday. Tackle Paulinho. Monster. No. Wanted that to TEIXEIRA's feet. Oh, he's away. Talisca can track back. He's got a pace. Yes, lad. Shouldn't be tracking back. We should have someone else there, but we'll take it. Reguilon. Ah, come on. That's poor defending. Tried to put a tackle in with Reguilon, but for some reason it didn't bother. Sancho, yes, come on. That's a very well worked goal. Surprised Sancho was the one bombing through there. So thankfully somebody was. It's a good finish from him, even with that poor shooting. It's a good ball by Reguilon. That's why we won the white men. Getting forward now and again for back in front. Pop pass. Does that go Talisca? Oh, outrageous strike. But again, poor defensively. Shouldn't have even given the ball away there, just a poor pass out from the back. Good ball. Chip. There it is. No way! How has that not gone in? It's curled in. Nice. Finish that. Come on. I can't believe that's not gone in. That's outrageous. Yes, son. That's class. Unbelievable player. 100% made the right choice building the team with him in it. He's been awesome for me. Little scoop turn. Takes her away from the defender. We rifle it bottom corner. Or a game. One for the neutrals. 28 minutes gone. 5 goals. Right. Let's keep the ball. Stop them scoring straight away. TEIXEIRA's through though. Ball roll. He's got around it and we've got away with it. Come on. He's getting the goals. He's doing the business for us. We get a bit lucky there. Sometimes the keeper does manage to pick them up this year. It's gone nerfed slightly, but we get away with it. Son. Oh yes. Oh, the poor shooting on his weak foot. Oh, should be scoring that. Should be 3 goals up. Good tackle. We can't get to the return ball. Give away a foul? No, we get away with that as well. Can't win the ball at the moment. Thankfully we don't get punished for it. And that is half time. A very, very back and forth game. Managed to get 2 goals in front, which is nice. Because he I think he scored with most of his attacks so far. I think he's only had a few. But yeah, Slobby at the back, first game in, first game of the day, well, first FUT champs of the day. But TEIXEIRA with a brace on his FUT champs debut, coming up and saving us here. Not going to make any changes just yet. We'll probably bring Regulon off at some point though. And maybe bring Delaney onto midfield for Talisca, which is something I usually do just to make that defensive midfield a lot more sturdy. Yeah, Super Meccano, that's class. And we've gone through Heung-min Son. Oh, thought I'd done enough. Maybe he had more time, could have taken that in. But had his defense flapping. Son's in. Oh, it's too much on the ball. Should have maybe played as a X pass rather than this triangle. But we move. TEIXEIRA on his hat trick. Going all the way. Oh, it's blocked. The hat trick's coming, boys. That's a poor goal to give. Just giving way too much room with Charleston again. Good ball. Sancho. Not enough power on it. It's a good save. We will make the change. Lodion for Regulon. Kimmich whip the ball in. Paulinho's there. Oh, straight at the keeper. 3-on-1. Gotta make him pay. Penalty. Very, very soft penalty, albeit, but a penalty nonetheless. If we score this, we bring on Delaney into that midfield. Good penalty, son. And that is where we make the changes. We made one already. Paulinho. Kimmich can go into that more forward going role. Delaney can drop into the defense. And we put that on balanced attack. And that should be okay for now. If he scores another, maybe we go to ultra defensive, go 4-5-1. The 4-5-1, I think. 4-4-1-1. Let's just see the game out. Son's in again. Penalty ref, second penalty. Keepers don't get sent off though, so it don't really matter too much. Chance to go 3 goals ahead and more or less guarantee this game. We'll put it top right. Not that top right. Oh, keeper saves it, goes the right way. What a strike that is. Mertens, first time, top bins, 75th minute. Is too early for me to go 4-5-1, to be honest. That croquette, I should just shoot. I'm being I've done this all weekend. I'm trying to do the fantastic goals, but I need to just bury them, especially in situations like this. 1 goal in there and he scored from most of his chances. He's been very clinical and I've been pretty wasteful. That's a mistake and Hernandez makes up for us. He's in. Save Neuer. Now we go to ultra defensive. See the game out. 4-5-1 or 4-4-1-1. Into the corner. Hat-trick. Hat-trick. Well, left it right to the end. And we finally get a Leytrick goal. Alex TEIXEIRA on his debut as the new card. And he's been impressive. He hasn't been in the game as much as Heung-min Son, but he's taken his chances when he's needed to. Be unsure yet. It'll take a lot more games to see if he warrants his 450k price tag or wherever he is now. He definitely won't stay that price. I imagine he'll drop quite heavily tonight at 6 o'clock when there's more packs in and people buy him and start packing him. He'll drop even more. So the aim is probably for me to get as many wins as I can, as quickly as I can, sell him off before that 6 o'clock drop, and then probably just go back to use his normal card if I have any games left. But hopefully I can get quite high ranking this week. I'm not going to stress about trying to get Gold 1 or Elite or anything like that. Happy with Gold 2 again if I get there, just because I have to play all my games today, more or less. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. It's quite a bit of a longer one, a lot more gameplay, and something different with the live reaction gameplay rather than the usual highlights. Team, very much enjoying it. Like I said earlier, the addition of this boosted Alex TEIXEIRA hopefully will be a good one, and hopefully I can do well this weekend league. This is where I end it. If you've enjoyed, leave a like. If not, leave a dislike. Tell me what you did not like or what I'm doing wrong. And if you want to stay up to date with the rest of the series, you can always subscribe. That helps me out massively. And that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Davis. Good night.